Hello, everyone. My name is Manish Kumar Thakur. I'm from Deloitte. And today I would be presenting a DocuSign CLM implementation consultant aggregation program, a Capstone project. So within this project, we got a challenge to create a solution spanning the 4 phases of DocuSign agreement, and it should begin with the prepare phase, then move through sign, act, and manage phase. We got a use case scenario where XYZ corporation currently should uses a Salesforce environment to track vendor information and Salesforce sales opportunities rather. An XYZ corporation sales representative should be able to generate a vendor contract from Salesforce object using a standard template within a document generation form. They also should be able to upload a third-party vendor agreement using document generation form. The document generation form should capture relevant vendor information from the Salesforce fields that will be either be merged into a standard template, stored in attribute fields, or used for workflow variables. X4 Corporation is also requesting that relevant data should be passed back to the Salesforce object during the workflow process. And the generated workflow vendor contract should be stored in the Salesforce, which I'll show you. It gets stored as a PDF copy, and the status will be signed. An attribute should be automatically applied to the contract for searchability and reportability. So we'll have that attribute applied in the system as well. Now, to design all these, design all these 3 stages, all these stages in the workflow, there are roles played, and the roles were, a requester who would be a sales representative, a reviewer who will be a legal team, internal signatory who would be a department approver, external would be the client, and Salesforce representative manager in case of a third-party agreement. This is exception, which will only happen in the third-party agreement phase. And there are requirements which we need to follow throughout the project, that we need to include creation of document generation form, populate value for the template merge tags, capture metadata to store along with the document, completion of a contract review and approval workflow process, demonstrate the integration of DocuSign signature, demonstrate integration of within the Salesforce whenever applicable. Completion of a signed document must trigger into an action, demonstrate understanding of workflow and document management best practices, demonstrate user management, demonstrate ability to report the document in the workflow. This is a critical aspect of every workflow. This gives you a time, time duration of every workflow and the time duration in the breakable limit of the stages, which means that in which stage, how much time has been taken. And then we'll demonstrate how the customer administrator can update the solution post go live. And for example, I'll take the department SCV file, which I'll show you. And at the last, we'll show you the, if successfully how to demonstrate the, CLM into another environment through deployment package. All right, with this, I have designed a routing system in the workflow. For example, the roadmap for the standard template will be the legal, as legal will be acting as the key person here, where legal will have the ability to negotiate the document and choose whether the document needs to send it to the vendor for the review, send the document to an internal user for their review, send the document for a DocuSign signature, or reject the document, and thus ends the workflow. And if we move to the and at the last, and we've moved to the third-party vendor agreement with the workflow where the sales representative manager, needs to approve the document first before it gets routed to legal. And once the legal determines the document is ready for the signature, a document can be sent to the internal and external signatories for their signature. Upon completion of DocuSign e-signature process, the signed document will be stored in CLM with the captured sign date, which I'll show you, once we proceed with this. So let's start. And to demonstrate the project from end user perspective, I've structured the presentation in such a way, from an end user perspective, so that it would be easy for to observe. So I'll proceed with the document generation forms first. So let's get into CLM first. Okay, so this is the CLM. All right. Just update, and this is CLM, and the sandbox is used for XY, and the instance is for XYZ Corporation, which you can simply see here and validate. So if you see, this is for XYZ Corporation, which is for the Capstone project. Now let's begin. I'll just first take you through the document generation form. So for that, we have to click into admin. Under automation tool, we have a document generation form. And when you click in this, you will see the 4 subheaders, which will be setting, forms library, forms, and configuration. So before we proceed, important settings activity, and every user should allow merge tag editing header should be enabled. This is very important aspect, because without this, you cannot apply the merge tags in the template. Forms library is something we prepare and save it the document for the future purposes, where it can be applied into any document generation form while updating. Forms is something where we create an intake form. For example, if you see, I've already created an intake form for a third-party contract and a sales first contract. So, and configuration, once that contract has been generated, as you can see, it has been configured for the Salesforce has been configured in Salesforce opportunity, and the third-party contract has been configured in DocuSign contracts within DocuSign. Right. So let's proceed. We comes in a form. If you want to create a new form, you can simply create a new form here, and it will open. But for the presentation perspective, I'll just take you through the form which I've already created for the third party. Okay. And let's start creating. So before we start with the creation of the third party agreement, I'll take you through what exactly happens in this phase. For example, when you will create, it will give you the for example, when you create a new form, it will give you the place where you can write the name of the contract which you want to create. For this, I'll just mention the contract. However, if you can see related configuration, it says the contract for third-party contract. This is effective date. For example, let's proceed now. So I'll just name it as a sorry, not here. Okay, I'm sorry, give me a second. This is the place where you select the string type of effective date, customer name, you can name it customer. These are the category which has been designed, in which we would be using a field to add in the details. So once this is done, so I've already created a action in a button under action. So once you create the contract, you actually configure the contract in, like I said, for example, third-party contract. If you click on this, this will actually give you the place where you want to store these form, intake form, third party. If you see, I've already added this template, by clicking add in template and uploading a document. Now again, this launch this workflow where under my contract management, because I would be using this workflow to take you through all these steps. And if this form has been stored in DocuSign CLM project under contracts and save. Once you do that, you have to come into the navigation and action button under account management. And our account management action menu, you see, I've already created a button called upload contract. And this is which is under action button. So this is due. And so let's proceed with the upload contract for the third party now. So I've clicked on that third party action button. For example, I'll just write Megan Association, 34th Street, downtown city, Miami, Florida, postal code 345. Again, this is just for the document, demo purpose. I'm not using the exact purpose. Okay. So department would be legal. Since, like I clearly said in the beginning that, and if not, all the roles, through which all this workflow will processed in each stages, all the roles will be played by me. I would be the approver, I would be the external approver, I would be the internal approver, I will be the part of legal team. I know every role will be played by me. That's why, I'm just entering my details. Now, since this is for the third party, it's important that you fill in the details correctly. And now we'll upload the sample third party contract. So here you go. Sample third party contract has been, let me check my access. I think my system access will not allow me to upload it. Let me just, yes, I'm correct. It will not upload me. Give me a second. Let me just activate my access. My access to upload the document. It just take a while. Give me a second. It's in progress. It's happening. Okay, here you go. Just bear with me for a second. I'm just activating my access to upload the document. There you go. All right, it's already done. Let me just upload the document once again because I'm sure it will not allow me to do it. Let me just, there you go. All right, let me save. Did not upload the document. Let me just refresh it. Continue. Here you go. System has granted me the access to upload. Here you go. Once it has been uploaded, under task option, under task, a task would be created. Here you go. For a sales representative manager. So once you open this, if you see, has reached to the approval stage. Now, just to remind you, third-party vendor agreement will need to be routed to the sales representatives manager for the approval before it routed to the legal team. So the person approves it, say all good. It will move to the next stage. Now, since I'm acting as the, myself into all the roles, I would receive an email on my email. Let me just bring my email to the shared screen. So anytime, I would be receiving an email here. Let me just finish this off first. There you go. See, it has been, the sales manager has been created a sales manager reviewed, sales manager, representatives manager reviewed the document and created for task for the legal team. Now, being the part of legal team, I got this vision. Now, what I can do, if I need to read it from here, I can read it from here, or I can download this document and read it. But here, I just proceed. Again, if there is, once you download the document, and if it's fine, if there are some changes required, you can simply upload the new version here with the changes. But here, we are not identifying any error. The document is okay. So we'll proceed to the next step. I say all good from, sorry, all good from legal. Further, now this document will be coming to a choice stage. So let's refresh it and we'll see that, it has come to a choice stage. See, like I said, it has come to a choice stage where, the legal team has the, option to determine whether the document is ready for the signature or the document will be sent to internal or external signatory for their signature. Let's click and proceed in this. Let's proceed with the internal review first. So please review. Since I'm the part of the the reviewer person as well, so therefore I would receive an email at any point of a time on my inbox. It's taking time. Give me a second. Here you go. The internal team will review it now. Again, the same process. If you want to download, you can download this file from here and read it through. But here you can easily readable. I can read from here, so I'll proceed. Just a reminder, if you download it and if you see the changes, you can just simply upload the version here right now. For the presentation purpose, I'll skip. I'll say all good, please proceed. All good from my end, which is internal reviewer. Finishes. Now this will be routed again back to the legal team. Now further legal will send it to the signatories for their signature. So a task would be created. So let's wait. Here you go. You see, again, it's in the choice stage. Legal has a choice. And as per the choice, he would be sending the document for the final signature now. Please share your signature. The two signatories, XYZ disclosing party and the A1 in the form as a receiving party. So now since I'm acting as a both disclosing and receiving party, I'll receive email for the signature. Let's wait. It takes time. Great. Let me see if I have received. So I got the notification that I received the email for signature. Here you go. The latest one is for the signature. Now the document has already been routed to the counterparty for the signature. So let me just open the document for signature. Now the two signatories, the disclosing party and the receiving party, will sign the document. So first it will be signed by the disclosing party, which is XYZ. There you go, signed by XYZ, and it will finish. Now the document would be sent to the receiving party. Now, since I'm acting as a receiving party as well, I would receive an email in my inbox. Let's close this and wait for an email to receive in my inbox. There you go, for signature. I'll open this. And continue with the process. There you go. It was already signed by the disclosing party. It will be signed by the receiving party now. There you go. It has been signed by both the parties now. So I'll finish. Now the important part is that now the document has already been signed by both the parties. Now it should be, or I can say a signed document should be saved in the CLM now. So let's proceed and check that out. It would be under contract. So we'll move into documents, admin, contract. And the name of the contract was our Megan Association. So you can see we already received the document now. A signed copy. You can say it's a signed copy. So that's the process workflow for the third party. Now, since I said in the earlier that I need to do more structure the presentation in such a way that it happens from end to end. So within this section, I already showed you the DocGen forms, the document, how you generate the intake form, how you configure and save it either in the CLM or the Salesforce. Now, once the workflow has ended, so I'll show you other two important aspects of this work, this entire process, which is the document template with the merge tag and use of document attributes. Now, these two are used. The merge tags are used, when we get a template, a sample template, and from that sample template, you actually create the third-party contract with the help of merge tags and the document attributes. So let's proceed. So we click on this. So you see the merge template. Let's say, for example, this is what I receive. You can see it's under my name. So when you open this will be a Word document with the merge tags. So here you go. Now, wondering what is this merge tag? You can simply go back to the admin page. And under admin page, you go back to the document generation forms. And once you click this, these are the merge tags. You simply just copy and paste it in the sample document here, like the way it is done, and that's how you proceed. So this is the example of how the template with the merge tags. Now I'll show you the template, the attribute fields where these are configured. So for that, we'll go back to admin page, and under documents and folder, you have to click an attribute. If you see, we already created two attributes, a general detail and address. First, I'll click in the general details. It will give you the general detail of the client, which was required in intake form, example, effective date. And the type has been used as a date type. Customer is a string, which means text. Customer email again is a string, which has been text. Sign date is the sign date. Department, there would be, if you see the type, it's a dynamic dropdown. And with the dynamic dropdown, there is a URL which has been pasted. I'll show you what exactly this means. We can either write, we would have written the document here, but this is a special case. So a URL has been done, and the URL says that department details, the 5 department, IT, legal, and all, are saved in this folder. So we'll go into workflow, contract management, config department. I'll show you how it's done. So it's saved in admin, workflow, contract management, and config. And if you see, this is the department which we're talking about. If you open this, it will give the 5 department in picture: HR, finance, IT, and legal. So that's completes the first section of a third-party contract, which includes and how a document generation form is created, how it is stored in a CLM, and how the merge tags are applied in the in the agreement, usage of document attributes, and the entire end-to-end third-party workflow. And finally, we got to know that we saw that in the contract we already have a document which says that it has been signed. Okay, if you can see in the screen, Megan Associates, this is the signed copy of the third-party contract. Great. Now with this, we'll move to the second piece where I'll show you how the CLM integrates with the Salesforce and how vendor, how a person you can utilize the Salesforce environment to create a agreement with the vendor. So let's proceed with that. With the first place, this is the Salesforce, and this is the another page of Salesforce which says that it has been connected with CLM. How it has been connected with CLM? So if you click on this, you'll get an option to install DocuSign app launcher. So once you install a DocuSign app launcher, you'll see that your objects. These are the objects. So if you see map your Salesforce object with CLM, so if I will click on this, it will give me a detail of just a second. Here you go. So if you can see that my Salesforce and CLM are now linked because I already did the integration after downloading the DocuSign app launcher. My account is under path of it. This is a path where the Salesforce account has been saved, which is on the Salesforce account, and the opportunity under which has been saved. So if you want to validate this, you can simply go back to CLM, and you see as a folder has been created in the Salesforce, which says that there's an account, and another account, there is opportunity. This is what it reflects. So this has been mapped now. Now another thing to validate that if you see, just a second. This is my account, Manish Thakur, and it is, give me a second, I'll just show you one thing. It is linked to, it takes time. I just wanted to show you that it is linked with the same instant, XYZ Corporation. So just a second. There you go. So this is linked with the XYZ Corporation training account Capstone project, connected account. Now I showed you how the CLM, accounts are, the Salesforce accounts are saved in the CLM folder and how they're mapped. Now another aspect to which it would be, the folder, how that has been configured. So if you can click on this, let's configure, let's search the account. You see CLM account. So if you click on this, you'll get the details that it has been linked with CLM account. And to add more on this, the first thing that it's important that you create the entire process in a speedy way. So therefore, speed of document generation form. This section allows you to create a button to configure the contract with the opportunity. So just wanted to know which opportunity has been configured. So again, we'll go back to the object manager and we'll search for opportunity. Not here, sorry, give me a second. Here. So if you click in this, getting leads payout, this is CLM opportunity. Again, the account and CLM opportunity both are connected. Now this page also allow you to create the button for the contract. So if you see under opportunity, a button has been created by me, which says create contract. So when you click on this, this will come to a page where it will show that, the process, the workflow which I designed in the CLM, has been integrated into the Salesforce, and that the Salesforce will utilize that particular workflow to generate the document file. All right, with this, let's proceed to create the agreement. So this is my opportunity. Okay, now before we proceed, let's just clean this up so that while the new gets created, we're able to identify that it's happening correctly. Okay, now these are the old files which I did the practice yesterday for the presentation. So we'll proceed on this now. We'll move this to qualification stage. There you go. Let's proceed this now. All right. So this is the opportunity, Burlington Textile Corporation of America, and let's proceed to create the agreement now. So we'll click on the agreement. Just to give you a brief, in this process, the standard template agreement will be routed for a legal review. Legal will have the ability to negotiate the document and choose whether the first scenario it's sent to the the template is sent to the vendor for the review. Second, we will be sending the document to an internal user for the review and the document for e-signature. And last, that depends whether we can reject the document or end the workflow. So let's proceed with this. Again, now you see I have already started creating a contract. Now this is the intake form which was created here in CLM. Let me just show you. Document generation form. This is the intake form which was created by me. And this is what same thing which is getting populated here now. Now you can see that under company name we have opportunity.account. Again, opportunity belongs to the Salesforce, and this is the API address which has been configured, because if you click any one of them, you will say that this intake form is linked with Salesforce. And for this customer name, I would like to use the Salesforce API for the opportunity, which is account name. This is how it get configured. Again, the same process. So we'll close this now. We'll proceed to create the document now. Yeah, it will be sent for review. Again, me acting as all the department owners. So let's proceed. Before we proceed, I just wanted to highlight one thing. Just a second. We'll go back and you can see there are hidden fields, which says that this particular intake form has been highlighted, mapped to the particular account ID, opportunity ID, and opportunity account owners. Now let's proceed to generate the agreement. All right. Okay. Now this says sales representative will fill the intake form and tasks will be created in the Salesforce for a legal review. So you'll see a document or with the word pad with today's date, which will appear here for the Salesforce. There you go. This is the document which I was talking about. So we'll click this, now this document will be reviewed and routed to legal for a review. So you click on this. Before that, I'll just show you that everything is getting captured automatically. The effective dates. These are the beautifully designed attributes. Department legal. So this will move. I will say approve. A task would be created now. And being the legal team, I should be receiving an email. So let's wait for email to get routed to me. It does take time, so bear with me. There you go. So being acting as a legal, I'll just review this document. Again, being a legal, if you want to download this document to review, or you can review it from here. Again, if you see there's any discrepancies, you can just drag it here and paste, then escape. Now I'll say from all good from legal, because, all right. All good from legal, and it will be routed for the review now. Say a task would be created in the Salesforce. Here you go. We have an upcoming task, and we need to open this document from the Salesforce. Now this has come to a choice stage for a legal now. So if you see in the first phase where the the sales guy fill in the documents in the intake form, everything, and that it has been routed to the Salesforce, and from the Salesforce he opened and reviewed everything. Now it has routed this document to the legal. Now legal has reviewed. Now legal has it has come to a choice stage where legal will either send it for signature, send it for external review, or edit contract. Let's say, for example, legal wants to edit the contract. So what he can do is he can select edit contract and he can download this file from here. Save. There you go. This is the file which has been downloaded. And let's say, for example, I do some changes that, my PIN code is not 15, it should be 25. And I save this document. This PC desktop. Okay. Now, while I'm routing this, where is that page? Yeah. I'll come here to in the same page in the choice stage where I selected edit contract. I'll just upload the new version. Choose a file from my desktop. This is what I did. So I'll just select this. And I'll say zip code has been edited. Save. All right. Now, once you do this, now you will send it for the external review. Or before doing that, if you just want to compare whether the changes and the upload which you have done is matching or not. So let's compare the document. It should appear now. There you go. The system says that zip code has been edited. And I'll send this for the external review. Please review the modified version. And this is getting sent to the external review. Now, since I'm acting as the external person for the review, I will receive an email in my inbox. So let's wait for it. It's still saving. There you go. I got it here. Similarly, just a second. This is also getting refreshed. Yeah, okay. So I got it for the external review. So I'll open this. I'll download and see. That depends whether I want to download it from here or review the document here, because this is the modified version. And this is, you can see the modified zip code is appearing for the external review. I'll just skip because there's no changes. I'll say from the external point of view, that is all good from my end. Now this will be again routed back to the legal team. And this should create a task in my Salesforce. So we will see another task appearing here. So let's refresh it. Here you go. We have another task appearing here. Now, being as a legal, I would be sending it for the signature. I'll be sending this to signatories for their signature now. So open this contract. Oops, sorry. Go to task stage, and I'm sending it for signatures. Please sign. Now the contract would be sent to both the signatories for their signature. I being one of the both the signatory, I would receive an email now for the signature. Let's wait. Yes, I should receive an email now. Just, yeah, it has been sent for a signature. So I should receive it now. There's some technical issue. I think it's not getting routed. Give me a second. It's not getting routed for signature. Give me a second. It should. The task says you don't have any task. Activity. Yeah, I don't have a task. This is the old task. I should receive an email now. Let's proceed, and this stage is also completed. This is the old one, which was created on 26. I'm just waiting for an email to land in, but it's not happening. So let's proceed once again, with the entire CLM process of generating the document through Salesforce. Maybe due to some technical issue, it's not happening. So let's proceed with all the stages now. We'll do it quickly. Details are fill in. So we'll select Manish, legal team, show hidden field. Just for a recap. You will see a PDF getting created now. I'll delete so that we capture the fresh moves. There you go. This is the fresh one. So we'll proceed with this. The sales guy reviews and the file and send it to the legal. Now I am being part of the legal. I will receive an email now. There you go. Contract for negotiation. I got the email. This time I'm not going to edit this file just for the workflow process. I'll say it's all good because in the last I showed you already how to edit the file. All good. All right, it will come back to the task would be created for legal and it will come back to Salesforce. There you go. We got a task created. Legal has the option to edit, but this time I will just send it for the signature. So the external review first. So I'll say, please review. All good from legal. I being part of external reviewer, I will receive an email. Sorry. This is where the legal has routed. All good review, all good from legal. So let's just wait for the email. Here you go. I got the email. I'll say all good. This will again get routed back to the legal, where the legal will have a decision now to send it for the signature. and the task would be created here. Let's refresh. We'll see another green icon creating a task. Here you go. It's got created. Now the legal will have option to send it for signature. So we'll select send it for signature, and the document will be sent for both signatories to share the signature. Please sign. Now I am acting as the signatories here for both the parties. So I'll receive an email in my inbox. Let's see this time if you receive the email or not. There you go. Thank you. So finally we got the email for signature. So I be both the signatories. So I will signing it this now. So first I will be signing this from from the high-tech company signatory. So here you go. It has been signed. Now this will move to Burlington Textile Corporation of America, which is my opportunity. So again, I would receive an email. I should receive an email anytime now for signature. So let's wait. There you go. Now I'll sign this document from Burlington perspective. Burlington being one of the signatories. Because this is already signed by high-tech company. You see it's already signed. I'll share it by Burlington now. Today there's some technical glitch. Come on. There you go. It has been signed. There you go. Signed by both the parties. So we finish this activity. And this will trigger the signed contract in the Salesforce. Remember where we used to see the Word document? Now we'll see a document like this, which is signed. Plus, I'll also show you how this captures the effective sign date in the Salesforce. So just a second, it will take time to refresh. Here you go. 28th October, my time, we receive the document which is stored in the opportunity Burlington Textile and it's signed. And remember, I told you that I'll show you how it get captured the contract sign date and effective date in the CLM. This gives a view of exact, which can help you from the reporting purpose. Plus, if you see the stage, now this is closed one. So this is how the integration happens between the, this is how you generate the agreement in the Salesforce and how, the integration happened between the Salesforce and the CLM. And the workflow which I just presented for the legal, this was the, workflow where this standard template agreement was routed for a legal review. And legal had that ability to negotiate the document and, choose whether the document should be sent to the vendor for the review, send the document to the internal review, and the finally send the document for the signature, and thus, ends this workflow. All right. Let's again, this all has been, in this section we covered the how do we integrate Salesforce with CLM, how do we generate the agreement using Salesforce environment, and how does the workflow triggers and the emails are sent to the respective parties for their actions. With this, this ends the part where the agreement is getting generated from Salesforce. Now we'll move to the aspects where I need to show you the demonstrate you the other aspect of Salem, for example, user management. So for to that, we'll go to the Salem and we click on admin. So under admin, we have a section called for user management. So where if you click in user, this gives you a detail of the user which has been created. And the most important, you can filter it by here. So since I am the CLM admin, so if you click, all the person who are CLM admin will appear in the list. Group under so I'll take you through task group. So on this task group, there are 3 groups created: legal, sales representative, and the XYZ internal reviewer. So if you click in this, so since I got the request, here you go. So this is how you configure. If you want to configure, you can just click on as, and you can select Manish as a apply. You can just tick every boxes, reading the headers, and you can simply save this. So if you click on this again, oops, just a second. Delegated permissions, you need to visit the delegate permission and you need to see who has what permission. Okay, the permissions are good. Let's spend some time here. In the delegated permission, you can see the 2 sections. One is report creator and a workflow developer. So when you click in this, the person who is a report creator, have under automation a lot of aspects. Similarly, these sections have been divided into automation tool, account management, reporting, document folder integration. Now, these are the important basis. Once you update this basis, every the access which you provide to the user, they will act and they will have access to everything. So this is the section where you delegate the permission to the respective user. Task group, for example, this is a group which has been created. And under this group, this person has been already provided the access. You can simply, like I said, you can simply select the person from here and you can select, and that's how you can provide the access to the person. You click save. This is the function of the user management. Similarly, you can do it for sales representative manager. You see, I was already created as a sales representative manager since I was playing the role. All right, that's what's in the user management. Another important and the critical piece, is the ability for the reporting from the Salem, which actually, it gives you a view of what exactly happens on each stave. And on the solution design, it has been asked us to demonstrate that, XYZ corporation must be able to report how long it takes for a contract review workflow to be completed on an average. So I'll show you how much time it took us to, generate the agreement. And also, I'll show you a report where, the contract under each review as well as stages in the review, how much, the process of, it went through the entire workflow. So I'll just show you. So there are 2 reports created by me. You can see, rather 3. One is for the attributes. So the 2 is for the workflow. This is contract management workflow. So first we click on this contract management workflow. Now you see the workflow which we used 3 minutes back, 42 seconds back, 1 minute back. Now these are the stages, step name, which we did. So this reports actually gives you the view of everything, what we have been doing. You can do Salesforce, since we say, we were acting from here, 443 till 449. So we almost took 6 minutes to generate, almost 6 minutes. So you can say 4, 3, 7, 8 minutes almost to generate an invoice. So this is a workflow. And if you go back, this is the overflow. Overflow, when I say, it means overview of the report, which takes you through the entire workflow. The 2 reports have a different characteristic. This gives you the entire overview of the report. You can say, contract management overview. And the second one gives you the contract management workflow steps report. So like as you know, you saw the breakup of the time which has been taken in each step. When you click this now overview, you will get the view of which is an accumulation. So let's click. All right. Let's refresh this. This has not been refreshed. This month. Okay. From here, what I did, I just wanted to edit it and see what happened. For example, today, workflow equals to any contract management. You can select anything from here. Select the workflows. So for example, if you want to select this, you can just apply and say review report. Now this should give me the detail of both the workflow which I was using. So see, today's 28th, and this is how a Salesforce, it was executing in the review stage. I mean, this absolutely give you the entire duration why it was acting. So it took me 13 minutes to generate invoice. And similarly, it took me 8 minutes to generate invoice like this. So this reporting has this special functionality which can be used. Let me save this, which can be used to do a analysis on the largest scale and can be again help you in automation. So this is the benefit of Salem. It also gives you the view of everything. Let me go back and show you the attribute report. So the first two report was on the workflow. Now this is the attribute report. So when you click on this attribute report, there you go. So this is not refreshed. Let me just update it 2 hours ago. Let me just refresh it. Okay. Again, we have to go and edit. We'll say today review report. And see if you see, I've already selected the department which was acting as there you go, attribute report. So if you see, Manish Salesforce signed is appearing from today's state, which I just did a few minutes back. This is the benefit. And then from here, you can actually add user group to this report. CLM user, CLM group. Again, first you have to configure, then add it. This is what it has been done. With this, the two section which is left to demonstrate. So we'll go back to we'll save this. The first section is on the we need to demonstrate how successfully we can promote this solution to the another informant. For this, we'll go. I'll take an example of steps for a deployment. So just a second. Let's say, for example, the deployment. Again, deployment is structured into 5 steps where we have to select the package and we have to select the instance first, and then we have to select the package. We can name the package that makes sense to myself and yourself. Second stage would be we have to do the configuration, and then we have to save the package where we can find it easily. Then we need to transfer the package to the destination where we are thinking of installing, and then install the package. This is the steps of deployment. It happens very smoothly. So for example, we collect this. Just a second. We'll come back to the admin, and under account management, we have a section called deployment. This section helps us to promote, this helps us to, how should I explain? To take all the required documents from one instance to another instance. For example, when you come in this, like when I clicked on document, you see I got a option to name the package. So you can enter the name of the package here. You can also select this option auto install the package, but this is not feasible, so I'll do it manually. And from here you can just simply select the folder. So you can see you can select the folder whichever you want to take it through. I've already done it, so I'll not select it right now. And from the attributes, you can select the attributes which I showed you earlier, which I created, like address and general. Groups, if you want to take these groups with this, you can take it the forms, the two forms, the smart rule, if anything, report, the reports which we created, the workflow which you want to take it along, the first two, task group, reminder templates. So this has a benefit. So if you see document generation configuration, these are the things smart. This is the beauty of a CLM. It helps you to not only work on one particular client, it helps you to deploy, which actually help in the promotion of a package to another environment. So once you do this, and the last, you get the option to choose the storage location. So I've already saved it all under the user. I'll just show you where it is my saved. I'll not do it right now because mine is already saved. So if you come here, user, you should have access. You see Manish deployment package, which was done by me yesterday. Now, if you want to download this, it will give an email that it has already been downloaded. If you want to download, see, this has been downloaded. Again, if you want to install it, you just simply have to select the folder. Give me a second. You have to simply select the folder. You have to go in a file and just a second, upload one item. Give me a second. I can select it from here. I'll not do it right now because it's already done. So you can just upload this from here. And once it get uploaded, for example, you have to come back to the place where you're uploading it. You'll come back here. You'll click here once it get uploaded. And once you do that, it will open. This is, give me a second. It's not mine. There you go. For example, I just select this and you can just click here to install. And all the documents on the package which you created earlier would get installed in this instance. This is how we successfully demonstrated the steps to promote the solution to another environment. And at the last, I'll show you that once the solution go live, post that if there are any changes, how we can do it. So for that, I'll just take you with an example. I'll take you through examples. Let's say, for example, CSV file mapping. So this is the file which was used by me. Sorry, it's a CSV file, so we have to download. Here you go. Now this is a place where all the information of department, approval, and the legal are saved. Now let's say, for example, department from Manish has been changed to some other person. It can be updated here. It can be updated here. And this file can be post go live. You can edit this, all this information, and you can upload this file here again. Not here, here. So see if I have updated, I just updated one on 17th and yesterday on, on 27. So this is how you do, and this is how you can do changes. So I hope everything has been demonstrated, which includes your creation and of and use of document generation form. I populated the template merge tag, captured the metadata to store along with the document. I completion of the contract review and approval process workflow. All right, so workflow is something which is left. I'll just demonstrate that again. Demonstration of DocuSign e-signature, I did. Demonstrate with the Salesforce with April, I did that. So everything has been lit. Let's go in the last, let's go back and see the workflow, whether that it has failed or how it was prepared. Under admin, you have to come in the workflow under automation tool. Okay. Now, if you see 3 pages, this is the one in which we got stuck due to technical glitch. The email didn't come to the signatory for the signature, and that's why it's like it's in the executing stage. So this is contract management is for the third party contract, Megan Association, and this is for Salesforce. So let's click on the Salesforce first. Now, this is the beauty of the workflow. And the first check which I see is that, if I see a green tick from the start phase till finish, that means everything is okay. Everything is perfectly done. And if you see the Salesforce, was initiated, and that's how I was able to show you the contract field and the effective sign date in the Salesforce. This has been designed. Another workflow for the third-party contract is, this is another one. Now I have prepared it separately because I like playing with the workflow. So this has been prepared. Again, this is all starting, started with green tick mark till end phase. And this is how the workflow has been prepared. So this is a beautifully designed workflow. You can do the workflow of the third-party contract in this workflow itself. It's just that I like playing with the canvas. So I have designed it separately. And thus it ends the Capstone, demo for me. So again, this is Manish Kumar Thakur from Deloitte. And this is how I presented the Capstone project. Thank you.